Hi guys.
There's an index here so you can tell at a glance what subjects I'm covering. Pause it if you want to read it. Number 20, atheist flat earthers. It might come as a surprise to you that atheists and agnostics outnumber Christians on flat earth. Eric Dubay, author, he's documented over 300 proofs of a flat earth, president of the International Flat Earth Research Society. So I respect Eric Dubay, except this is the sort of thing he says.
He said I've always been the black sheep because I've never really bought the whole Christian worldview.
Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how can I respect the opinions of someone who posts videos of himself topless while sticking his tongue out? Well, you chew the meat and you spit out the bones, which is something fake Christians are incapable of doing. Oh, how you people judge. You'll walk on the opposite side of the street to avoid giving money to a
Oh, is that my mom and dad or
You'll
what?
gladly hand over your tithing money to your pastor who's got 5 houses.
He's renting them
5
out right now.
houses.
5 houses.
5
Gym Muns.
houses and the theme park. You'll go to a fake church to listen to a fake preacher sing you a fake song so you can wave your hands in the air to worship a different Jesus, different to the one in the Bible.
Huh.
And when your fake pastor has finished singing, he'll deliver a
We
fake
call Jim Muns a
moral
fake preacher.
story that has
And
no
when I asked him for help,
and you'll sit
yeah,
there
he didn't
going,
help me.
Amen. And by the middle
So
of
the
the
Assembly of
fake
God
sermon,
Church is who they're talking
half
about.
the fake congregation are sitting there going, Amen, 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 Amen. And you think you're normal, do you? Chew the meat and spit out the bones. It takes courage to stand up and go against the flow. It takes guts for an atheist to speak out on a flat earth. It takes guts for a believer to stand up and speak out on a flat earth. Do I believe everything Eric Dubay says? No, absolutely not. I'm a believer for one, he's not. He makes mistakes like everyone else, but he's got his head screwed on when it comes to the flat earth, with the exception of one minor thing that I'm going to point out later in this video. Atheistic flat earthers are like Christians. They come in many forms, some creepy, some likeable. Chew the meat and spit out the bones. Matt Boylan from the NASA channel on YouTube, possibly a whistleblower, the first to do a perception test on the ball Earth. Like Eric Dubay, he's produced some great insights, but he also paints pictures of nude women and posts pornographic videos to his NASA channel on YouTube. Obviously not a believer in Jesus Christ, but the integrity and veracity of some of his flat earth observations does hold up to scrutiny. Having said that, I just don't trust a guy who paints 666 on the ground and sits in the middle of it and then posts creepy videos. But I do trust the next atheistic contender.
I believe in
Sargent,
Jesus,
perhaps the
or we're at it.
vocal flat earther. He's got a radio show dedicated to flat earth news, Strange World. I listen, a likeable character. He claims to be spiritual but not religious, whatever that means. He was raised a believer but freely admits that he drifted away from it. Then there's Jeranism, a YouTuber whose channel is dedicated to flat earth research. Another likeable character, frequently does radio. I watch, but he perceives the Bible was written by men. Maybe it's the case that he's just not seen the mathematical verification code that runs behind the text, which verifies the authenticity. I've posted videos on it. Perhaps he's not a full-on atheist, but certainly agnostic. I don't have a problem with atheists because I used to be one, and I'm more certain the Bible is the truth, more certain of that based on the evidence than I am of my own name. The point is that most of the people pushing a flat earth are either atheistic or at best agnostic. And what a delicious irony that is, given the public perception that all flat earthers are Bible thumpers from the 1700s. Number 19, flat denied. One flat earth claim you can deny is that all International Space Station footage is filmed on zero-G planes with green screens and harnesses. Here's what Eric Dubay, this is what he says.
The zero-G illusion also, that you see astronauts, they look like they're floating or flying in space. It's achieved through 3 different ways. One way is through zero-G planes. They're just Boeing 737s specially outfitted to do these parabolic maneuvers where they do a parabolic and then you have a zero-G like free fall state where it seems like you're floating for about a minute at a time. You can keep this going. The second way, when they're like at the fake International Space Station fixing things outside of it, this is done.
So what's your opinion on the flat Earth, guys? Huh?
Underwater. And you can see
According to the Bible,
rising
we're sitting on the
out of pool,
firmament, guys.
Proving that they're in a pool in many of their spacewalks. So the outside space shots are done in the pool. The inside, most of the inside shots are done in zero-G planes, and then some of the longer inside shots are done with a green screen and harnesses. So they just kind of float on a harness in front of a green screen. And with these three methods, they're able to produce the zero-G effect that everybody thinks is them floating around in space.
Mark Sargent also says that the ISS footage is filmed on zero-G planes.
To make it simulate low gravity or something?
Yeah, or no gravity.
Have
And
it
the
be
reason,
bouncy?
well,
It'd be a great hair commercial.
the problem they had with that, and I know why they did it. Not why they permed the hair, but I know why they. Again, that was the last option they should have chosen. The reason is if you look on the normal flight simulators, those 727 simulators with women, is because it's kind of like underwater, where a woman's head will move one way or the other, and then the hair will follow like a trailer. So you
Right.
kind of it's like, wait, why did she move to the left so suddenly? Why did she move to the right? And that's part of the question. It's like the ISS should be the most stable place ever. And yet there's these weird little gravity jostles where all of a sudden it's like the whole place is being bumped. And if you follow it, it's like, well, yeah, it's turbulence because they're in a freaking plane.
Well, zero-G planes allow about 30 seconds of zero gravity. ESA, that's the European Space Agency, they posted a video to YouTube which was approximately 58 minutes in length in continuous zero gravity. And I only spotted one edit about 30 minutes in. So that rules out zero-G planes. Having said that, I think I know how it's done. It's all done on the ground with no harnesses of any kind, but that's another video because I'd have to show you all the gimbal, magnetic, harmonic devices that I've looked into that could simulate zero gravity on the ground. But as it stands at the moment, zero-G planes could be used for short durations, but it's not used for everything on the International Space Station. Number 18, weather. Weather forecasters all over the world.
We're not going to go through all 18, no, but we're going to go through a few, guys.
They superimpose.
We're already at 8
clouds
minutes.
On a cartoonish like map. See for yourself. Watch the weather forecast.
What's your guys' thoughts on the flat Earth, guys?
Satellites in space, and they can see.
This guy has an opinion on the different flat
closer to
earthers,
Pluto.
atheists, and all
Why
them.
don't they ever show
I
us what
believe
the
in
weather
Jesus.
looks
I
like
really
from
not
our
into.
country from
I
space?
think religion is brought up by
They
the
pass off images like this as if it's come from
cabal and
satellite, but
the
it's
witches
just
of the
not.
Jewish.
The sea isn't uniform blue and the land isn't uniform green. These are computer-generated images.
Huh.
Why don't they ever show us a real satellite video of the weather? That's because they can't. They can't get up high enough to give a total overview. All weather forecasts are done by using ground-based radar. Critics will say they do use satellites when there's a hurricane, like this one, but that picture was taken by a plane at high altitude. Number 17, satellite navigation. Just like the weather forecasters who use ground-based radar, satellite navigation could just as easily work from ground-based mobile phone towers. In-car sat-nav systems became available to buy in shops at the same time mobile phone towers were being erected.
Huh.
Yet we've supposedly had satellites in space decades before sat-nav. So why build phone towers if we've got satellites that supposedly work better? It's the US military who control all satellite
And
navigation,
cactus.
and they can switch it off whenever they want. Commercial jetliners were recently fitted with ad hoc waypoints to enable in-flight telecommunications. And why spend millions kitting out an aircraft so that it can receive mobile signals if the satellites are already in place and capable of beaming the signal to the aircraft. Mark Sargent produced an excellent
Some
piece on
guy
the
named
flight in
JD.
his
Go
documentary
subscribe to his
called
channel,
Flat Earth
guys.
Clues.
I'm going to cut this one
A link
short
to that documentary can be found
on the Flat Earth,
below this
guys.
video.
Check it out later. Like, subscribe to my channel, Dr. YouTube Timothy
So here's
Tucker.
a map of the Earth.
Timothy Tucker,
Here's the
SCon
Pacific
TV.
Ocean.
Thanks, guys.
We
Later.
know that flights go from Japan to LA